Here we go. Trainer Joe here. Let's talk about how to lose 50 pounds by Christmas. I did a little talk on this a few days ago, and the response was surprising. I've got a lot of people saying, hey, I'd like to do that, and I thought I need to give some more information about this to folks. So how are you going to lose 50 pounds by Christmas? Well, that would be 12 and a half pounds per month. We have 4 months. It's 12 and a half pounds a month, which is 3 pounds a week, or a little under a half a pound a day. That's what you need to lose in order to lose 50 pounds by Christmas. Whether it's 50 pounds or a different amount, what will determine whether you actually do that? Well, I'll tell you what won't determine it. Your ability. Your ability has nothing to do with whether you lose, let's say it's 50 pounds you have. Your ability has nothing to do with whether you lose 50 pounds by Christmas or not. Because imagine if I told you the prize, if you accomplish it, is $10 million to lose half a pound a day between now and Christmas. That'd be a nice Christmas, wouldn't it? Is there any question whether or not you would actually do that? If you have 50 pounds to lose, some of you only have 20 pounds to lose, you'd say, I'd lose 50 for 10 million. Yeah. All you really need to do is make the conditions conducive enough for it to happen. Are you willing to do that? What would that look like? One would be you could go to a weight loss resort. Here's a nice one, Skyterra. Get you massages, you got a nice pool, yoga, they're fixing you the meals, the perfect meal, kind of like Oprah did when they made her the meals and all, and it's just set up for that to happen. You could do that. Or you could just go on this show alone and they just fly you out. One of the seasons we watched, they fly them out to Vancouver Island. On the island, you can find food and you can fish, and there's bears and wolves and cougars. Some of them lost. One, Alan, who I was watching, he lost 60 pounds in 60 days. He wasn't there to lose weight. He ate everything he could get his hands on. But the environment was very conducive to losing weight. Sam also lost probably the same amount. He was obese, close to it when he started, lean and mean when he was done. There he is eating something he found and cooked. There's Alan. Part of this is being willing to suffer long enough. Get somebody to help you to be willing to suffer long enough so that you finally realize this ain't suffering. What you were doing before was suffering, and it was only going to get worse. Lucy was here the other night. She's friends with my son and daughter-in-law, and I was talking to her about the losing 50 pounds by Christmas, and she said, well, that's about what I've done. So you can just do what Lucy did, join my program, and we'll help you deal with the things that you need to deal with. It's not magic. Are you willing to eat for the smaller you? You eat too much. You usually know when you're doing it, but you feel like it ought to be okay because so many others are doing it too. Well, look around. They're big too. It's cultural. It ought to be acceptable. What's wrong with it? What is in your way? What's in your way? I met with a lady today. I'm guessing she was 40 years old. She had 50 pounds to lose. And the main reason we met was she said, I just want to meet and ask you, do you really think it's possible for me to lose 50 pounds in 4 months by Christmas? And I said, oh, I love that question because a lot of people come to me because they know I believe they can, and they want some of that for themselves, some of that belief, some of that optimism. I don't know that it's so much optimism, it's realism, it's realistic. Everybody can. Do you want to do it? This girl happened to be, I asked her if she had any health problems, and she said no, other than this, I'm perfectly healthy. And I thought, I'm glad you said other than this, because 50 pounds overweight is unhealthy. But other than that, she didn't have any other health issues. So I told her, I said, you know what, you're wondering if it's possible for you, who has 50 pounds to lose and no health problems whatsoever that you can name. I said, I'm also trying to help a young lady who has a port in her body that's given her medication. She's had a brain tumor. From soccer in college, she's had some kind of concussions throughout her life. She's got something wrong with her pelvis. She's going to have surgery on that. Right now, because of some health issues she went into, she can't lift over, I believe, 15 pounds. She's going to have pelvis surgery not too far down the future and won't be able to walk for quite a while, and she wants to lose some weight. Met with another lady today whose foot doesn't work right. She can barely walk. I helped her at Panera. I put her tray up for her, watched her struggle to walk inside, and she'd like to lose 50 pounds. So I told this lady that had no health issues whatsoever. I said, I got clients that cannot walk that are motivated to lose 50 pounds by Christmas. And I said, you could walk for 4 hours a day if you wanted to. Are you kidding me? What is in your way? To be an anomaly, you need to act like an anomaly. Some people can't imagine saying no to dessert. Well, I could never say no to dessert. Then stay fat. I mean, you've got to decide what you want to do. There's nothing wrong with dessert. I have dessert when it's appropriate, and sometimes it's not appropriate. You eat crap, and you eat too much of it. What you need to get past is this thought that something's wrong with you, and you need a very catered, special program. Now, having said that, you are different. I'm different. We're all different. And we do respond differently. But so often people are majoring on the minors and they want some special catered plan for them when the reality is you ate dessert. And you eat dessert all the time. Or chips at night. Or snacks that you don't need, but you feel like it just feels right to eat it. You eat crap, you eat too much of it. What needs to happen for you to feed the body that you want? And part of that is not to just start doing that, but to go through a course, a class, a mindset change, or you're probably not going to be willing to do that. Well, I don't want to suffer, Joe. You've been suffering, and suffering you will see if you fail to finally address the problem. Somehow you will need to justify the effort, the time, the investment, and the discomfort that are going to come with you losing 50 pounds in 4 months. And if you decide, I want to do that, you need to realize you were in your right mind when you decided to do that. So when it starts getting difficult, you can look back and say, I was in my right mind when I decided to do this, because we like to talk ourselves out of things when it starts to get a little bit uncomfortable. 12.5 pounds a month for 4 months. It's 3 pounds a week. Less than half a pound a day. You do what is needed to lose a half a pound a day. If all you needed were me to go over the details of this, you would have already done it. Each of us is unique. Some of you love exercise and cabbage. Some of you can't walk and hate anything green. You don't need the details. You need to get on the airplane that's going to drop you off on the island where you're going to have to figure it out with the help of somebody like me. I have a good number of folks that are meeting with me now that said, I want to do it. I've rearranged, I've changed my schedule and plans and all kinds of things, because if somebody wants to do it, I want to help them. We have classes you can join, and most of you that are like, this guy's on to something. I think I want to do his plan. You probably are going to need to join a class that's coming up in about 2 weeks. And do it with everybody else. They work great. That's what most people do. They love it. People lose 100, 200 pounds. They lose fast if they want to. But one or two of you might be thinking, I need to sit down with Joe and have him help me figure out my plan, figure out where I lie to myself, and be accountable. That costs a lot more than that class. But if you think, I want to do that, I can take one or two more people and do that. So reach out to me and let me know. It's probably best if you're local or can drive to Lexington to do that. So we're going to put some links up that help you if you want to schedule an assessment to just talk about it or join the classes that we have coming up. They're virtual classes that you can do. So do you want this so bad you can taste it? Then you need to structure your environment so that it happens. Do you not want it so bad you can taste it? Then you really need to structure your environment so that it happens. Let me know if you'd like me to help you. I'd like to see you win this. I'm Trainer Joe, helping you train your brain and transform your body.